Hey, Smauglings, what is happening? This is going to be the review for Mickey 17, directed by Bong Joon Ho and starring Robert Pattinson, Naomi Ackie, Yeun, Mark Ruffalo, and Toni Collette. The film begins in 2054 and a man joins a space colony to become an expendable. And this is a person that dies for the purposes of research, so they will go on a mission and die for the purposes of research. And trouble happens when he goes on one particular mission and he does not die on that particular mission. And he does regenerate, so there are two Mickeys running around. There's Mickey 17 and Mickey 18. And that is the central plight of this film, is that there are multiple Mickeys running around, and we are on this ship that is trying to make this planet inhabited by humanity. And I really did think this film was very funny. It's very well made. It's a great social satire, and I did get the feeling of the stories by Robert Heinlein in the vein of Starship Troopers. Even though I'm not overly familiar with Starship Troopers, I do get the sense of it from the little glimpses I've had of that world and Robert Heinlein. I feel an influence from him in this film, and I think I wasn't entirely sure what to expect when I first saw this film. I wasn't sure if it was going to be a film that was a science fiction drama, comedy, or an action film, and it definitely is a comedy, and it's a very funny one. And I think that's the thing to note about this film, is that it is very funny, and the social satire is very witty and sharp, and the performances are really good. I love Robert Pattinson. I'm a big fan of Robert Pattinson. I think he's a great actor, and he seems to be doing some sort of impersonation of Steve Buscemi in this film, which I'm not mad at all. It's really cool to see, because it's funny to see him get very loose in a role, as he can sometimes play stoic characters, but he's a brilliant actor, one of the best in his generation. So I definitely think he gives an amazing performance here, and I really love what he brought to this role. And he's playing multiple characters, obviously. He's playing Mickey 17 and Mickey 18, and these are people that have two completely different personalities, and it reminded me a lot of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, and there's an element of that gothic horror within this film, which I really did appreciate. And it's interesting to see the two personalities interact with each other. I think it's really cool to see, and it makes for some very great comedy, as the process of having multiple versions of yourself run around is outlawed and it's not allowed. So it's something that causes a lot of trouble for Mickey Barnes in this film. It's really great. And I will say as well, Naomi Ackie is great. Love Naomi Ackie. I'm happy that we've seen a lot more of her in this film. She plays the love interest to Mickey Barnes, and I believe she is some sort of soldier within the colony, and she really gives a great performance. I'm liking that we've seen a lot more of her in the world of film, and it's crazy to think that I first saw her in Star Wars Rise of Skywalker, which is a complete pile of shite, and it's really interesting that she's carved a great career from that film. It's quite funny that that was her springboard, because she's done so many great films since that pile of garbage, but that is completely fine. She's really great here. I think she's someone that is perhaps more confident than Mickey, someone that is more of an extrovert, and she really brings out a better side of Mickey in this film, and she gets him to get out of his comfort zone, and she brings a lot of logic, because I think Mickey Barnes as a character is quite neurotic. He's always in his head, and he's unable to work things out logically a lot of the time, and I think Naomi, Akkie's character, brings the logic to the relationship. So I thought that was really cool, and they've got great chemistry. And I thought she brought a lot to the role that she was given, and I really loved their interactions with each other. So I thought they were really good. We also have Stephen Yeun that plays a character that was a former friend to Mickey Barnes, and they were partners with each other on Earth, and they run into some trouble, and that is the primary instigator as to why Mickey was aiming to leave Earth in the first place. He ran into some trouble with a particular person, and he had to leave Earth at that particular time. And Stephen Yeun doesn't have a great deal to do, but I liked him when he did appear. I thought he was a welcome addition to the film. I thought he was quite good in what he had to offer. So I did like Stephen Yeun. And I think someone that steals a lot of the scenes is Mark Ruffalo as the captain of the spaceship that they're on. I think he's having a ball with his role. I love that Mark Ruffalo is in his villain phase, and he's becoming the new Gary Oldman. He's playing villains constantly, and he's having a good time doing that. And I think gives a really good performance here. A tyrannical dictator in the vein of a Donald Trump-esque figure, and it's really funny to see, and he gives a great performance here. And it's not the most nuanced role. He is evil outright, and it's funny to see, and he's having a ball with his role, so I really liked what he offered there. And then we also have Toni Collette as the wife of Mark Ruffalo's character, and she's always good. Toni Collette, I think she gives a great performance here, and she has some very funny lines. She has some of the best lines in the film, I think, in terms of the actual humour of the film, and I think she delivers her lines really well, so I really did like Toni Collette in this particular film. Bong Joon Ho has sort of become known for his social satires and the way that he got a lot of attention for Parasite and Snowpiercer, and I think this is in a similar vein to those films where he questions the concept of unfavorable immortality, as one particular character in this film, Mickey Barnes, is ostensibly immortal for a duration of time, but it comes at a cost because it's become a source of tedium and monotony for him, and it's part of his job, and it's something he has to do constantly, and it really renders death a minor inconvenience for him, and it's not really something that he has to grapple with all that much because he experiences it on such a consistent basis, which is really interesting. And we also have sudden shifts in tone as well. There's a lot of tone shifting within this film, and I think that is something that's quite common with Bong Joon Ho, and I think it's done expertly here, as this is a very well made film. It looks beautiful. It's really made in a great way, and the effects are amazing, and I think some of the effects that stand out the most are the effects of the alien creatures that we see within the film, and they are done really well. I'm really glad I got to see this. It is a really good film, and I had a really great time watching it, and I can't wait to see it again. I'm going to give Mickey 17 an 8 out of 10. This is a great film. I really had a great time watching it, and I can't wait to see it again. And I think Robert Pattinson has done a brilliant job portraying these two particular characters, and he's one of the best actors of his generation. I don't think that's up for dispute. He's clearly a great talent, and can't wait to see what he does next. And Bong Joon Ho has got some interesting projects lined up as well, so I can't wait to see what he does also. So that is it, guys. That's the review for Mickey 17. What did you think of the film? Let me know in the comments down below. I really do appreciate you watching Smauglings. You guys are the absolute best. And I will see you soon, Smauglings. You guys take care, and I will see you soon.